welcome to Turtle Tracks Podcast. This is your host, Brian Van Hooker, and I'm here with Richard Usher, better known as GV of Partners in Crime, one of our most popular guests ever. Thank you so much for being back here. I seriously appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, Brian. My pleasure. Glad to be back. And it was nice to know I was one of your more popular guests. You were telling me that.
I interviewed you 3 years ago now, give or take, maybe a little bit longer.
Nice.
And you, Kevin Eastman, Rob Paulson, the original Raphael voice from the cartoon,
Nice.
Ciro Nieli, and Steve Barron have consistently been the most listened to podcasts out of everybody. Like, yours has always been in those top five. They swap around a little bit, but you've always been at the top there ever since we did that first interview, which was an amazing interview. So I'm gonna encourage people to go check out that first one. This is a to be continued thing. So we'll cover new interesting stuff in this one. So
and I appreciate that. And you mentioned Kevin, I know and is a wonderful guy. So happy to not only know him as the co-creator of the Turtles, but to call him a friend, and saw him recently and was able to give him a copy of the green vinyl. We didn't talk about that, but you're going to talk about that, of the Turtle Power XXL green vinyl. And then Steve Barron, I always have to tell people and remind myself that he actually came and directed the music video for Turtle Power, which was amazing because you don't usually get the movie director to shoot the music video, but they did. And so that was a great experience.
Yeah, the music video that had Mikey and Leo in it, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think he did a lot of music videos prior to.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. So that made it a unique, great, easy transition for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, since we last spoke, you have been doing a ton. I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
You've been doing a ton of like awesome turtle events. What's was Turtle Celebration, the Turtle Celebration?
Yeah, so it was great. We had opportunity to do recently. That was a Fanboy Expo in Knoxville, Tennessee. That was great, and got to meet with a lot of old friends from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fandom. So we're talking about actors, we're talking about the stuntmen, writers. Actually, one writer of the original movie, Todd W. Langen, I had never met him. Got to meet him, and he was just fantastic. So we're buddies now. So I met him and some of the other just great actors that came out for Fanboy. And then also recently in Texas, Bell County Comic-Con, which is a favorite of mine. And I was at their original first expo, and they have just grown so much with Johnny Huang, who just runs that so well with his wife, Kristen. They just do an amazing job. And that was wonderful, again, with some of the TMNT celebration people. And it just was great, Brian. So those were some of the more recent ones that able to come out for, and they were wonderful.
See, back in the day when you did it for the movie, obviously when you did Turtle Power for the movie, you probably never met, aside from Steve Barron, you probably didn't meet a lot of these guys, right?
100%. I don't think I've met the cast really until I started doing the Comic-Cons. But one other celebrity that I did meet around the time that TMNT 2 came out was Vanilla Ice. So they had called us to come to the premiere, and obviously Rob was there at the premiere for the 2. So that was a lot of fun. And then we also ended up having a song on the third soundtrack as well. They pulled our song again for the third soundtrack. So I've been engrossed with the TMNT family, for over 30 years. Yeah.
It's nice to know there's not some sort of death feud between you and Vanilla Ice over Turtle songs. That's good.
100%, not at all. And it actually goes a bit deeper in a fun way, which was at the time they signed him at SBK EMI. We were label mates, and if people don't remember, we actually did a song that ended up for Rob and his movie movie. So the Cool as Ice movie, we did a song for it. Look at you, Brian. Isn't that great? You didn't even know. So you're
I
getting some
didn't do my research, apparently. Jeez.
So
Done
the
me.
song is called "Love to Love You," and it's on the soundtrack, and it's actually in the movie too. So we got a scene in there. So I've been doing uh, TMNT related artist stuff even for a while on soundtrack. So that was another great one. So we were label mates, which was cool. And around the time that he came out, he had a lot of attention and he had a lot of traction from doing Ice Ice Baby, of course. So they picked up and ran with Rob, but and I have to say to people, I did not have any ill feelings toward Rob at all, but it
Oh,
certainly was like music industry. It's like, yeah, these things happen in the music industry. Q-Tip alluded to that in one of his famous Tribe Called Quest songs. But we just rolled with the punches, and it's cool. And since then, seeing Rob do his shows, and we performed again in 2015 or so at the Epic Party, and he's done an amazing job with his show. So over the 30 years, and I give him props, man. And I know a number of members of the guys that go out and will tour with him, and the supportive Turtle cast that he has, and they do a great job. So I got no complaints.
oh yeah, I'm forgetting his name right now, but there's the guy who has the van. Oh boy,
Yep.
met
That's
him
one
on
of
the show. Then met him. Yeah.
the man. But Johnny Wang again from Bell County was also one of these guys who also recently still he does a lot with Vanilla Ice on tour with the Turtle guys. Yeah, awesome.
I know, like as far as the celebration group, like you've gotten to know like Judith Hogue and others from the movie. She's
Oh,
great too. Like I,
100%.
yeah.
Judith is wonderful. All of the cast that comes in and does their thing, uh, and then there's so many others with the stunt guys and Nick Palmer and all of them. But Judith, of course, and James Sato, Master Shredder, who I got to know more recently, who's amazing. Other Shredder I met, Francis Chow,
Yeah.
who was such a lot of fun. Ernie I've known for a long time, Ernie Reyes Jr., Robbie Wrist, all the guys, people that the actors that have done the voices as well, and people in the stunt that wore the suits that were amazing. Ken Scott and all the others, just amazing guys. Michelin Sisti, Leaf Tilden, Josh Pius with the voice of Raphael with the famous "damn" that he cries out in there. He's amazing as well and fun. Also, I wanted to mention David Foreman, one of the crew of the Turtles from the original guys from the Suits, and Brian Tochi, who's super nice, wonderful guy. So glad to have gotten to meet him. Looking forward to do more work with him in the future. So all of them, I didn't want to. If I left anybody out, it was unintentional because it's just such a big and wonderful family. So
The I want to talk about a few things coming up or just recent past. You did tell us about Turtle Power XXL, the green vinyl. Tell me about what that is, because I've listened to Turtle Power XXL and it's fantastic. But tell everybody what it
oh,
is.
all right. Glad you like it, man. I appreciated that. I mean, one of the things we wanted to do was, and for a long time, actually, I wanted to do a newer version of Turtle Power. But I had to make sure I was like, I don't want it to be, I don't want to, I could have kind of pretty much exactly reproduced Turtle Power. But I mean, what is that? That doesn't bring anything for the fans. I want to bring something different from the original, at least a little bit different, so that you have the original, and that is what it is, and can't be touched, and has been a wonderful project, and the fans just have embraced it so much. So that and coming in with the Turtles is its own wonderful thing. So let's bring them something a little different. So what I wanted to bring was the rock guitar element that I added in Turtle Power XXL. I did the drums a bit. Actually, the whole song is completely, by the way, the whole song is completely re-recorded. But some people thought it was a remix of actually just taking the original tracks and just remixing them, and it's not. Just I had a wonderful co-producer, Scott Tofty. I call him Scott T. I call him Mr. Scott. When I go into my Captain Kirk phase and we're doing our thing, he's amazing. So he's also amazing. He's great with production engineer for me. We're friends and buddies as well. But he's also a great musician. And then we have he's able to bring guys that we've worked with, other musicians I've worked with and teamed with together on the track. So that's been amazing. So the drums got reworked. Some program drums that I had in there idea-wise, and then we brought live drummers in as well, and live DJ. So live DJ scratching, which was great. So the DJ I have, which is a fun thing, is a wonderful female DJ from the UK, Emma Holmes, straight from the United Kingdom, which people be like, what? How did this happen? But I'm always scouting and engaging with talented people that I find online and through social media. I have reached out to her. She's an amazing scratch artist, DJ. So got out the word out to her. She, was I was happy to find out a great fan of the original record and of the Ninja Turtles. So she did an amazing job. She cut and scratched. We sent her tracks all the way over to the UK.
Okay, speaking of the UK, for those who don't know,
yes.
Turtle Power was the first hip hop song ever to top the charts in the UK,
which is amazing. Like blew my mind afterwards. How about years? I didn't find that nugget out of a factoid until years later.
Yeah,
because you didn't even think about it. And at the time that it happened, even over there in London, that's not what they weren't saying that, even though it was happening, because there's just so much was going on. But then years later, what happens is people like yourself, you get, what I love are people like yourself that are, podcasters, but to me, basically, you're just an extension of journalists anyway. You're a more modern form of journalism in another form, which is what you guys are doing. So you're writing, you're reporting, and you guys are putting up, which I love, facts and information about whatever it is you're passionate about. And I've learned to love and embrace that in modern days. And it's great for y'all because I remember, so like 30, 40 years ago, you'd have to come through a network really to do what you're doing now. But that's one of the great things about the internet, about social media. I mean, there are things that can be negative about the internet.
Sure.
but I do love the positive things that have come out. Like talented people are getting more of a stage to showcase their talent, and I love that. So at the time, I had no idea, but yeah, BBC Radio. I talked to these guys, and I did a radio interview with OJ Borge. He was like, "Yeah, you were the first official hip hop rap record that went #1, because you had a couple of other records that had some rap in it." He said, but those were primarily like dance records with a little bit of rap. He says, yours was a dedicated rap record. I said, I hadn't even thought about that, but I was like, I'll take that amazing title of the first #1. Yeah. And 4 weeks, Brian, 4 weeks at #1. We were knocking off like Madonna and Elton John. I was like, what in the world is going on? And it was the amazing, yeah, right. The amazing wave that the Ninja Turtles brought. I mean, it was just a fantastic time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So, Turtle Power XXL, you got sketch artists, all that. Sorry.
Yes, no worries. It was good.
My favorite fact. I love, ever since we've spoken, by the way, that's been one of my favorite, little trivia facts. I
love it.
It's just, anyway, so sorry, go. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, man, it's great. We're flowing.
Yeah.
So Emma Holmes from the UK, she scratched on the track. She's my featured DJ on Turtle Power XXL. And I was like, it's going to be XXL, and I'm old school, and we're approaching two great milestones. Well, right in 2023 is the 50th anniversary of hip hop we just celebrated, which was awesome, and all the wonderful celebrations. I was like, I got to get some kind of 50th anniversary marker in here as well. That was also one of my reasons I wanted to push and get it going. So we had that, and then approaching the 40th anniversary of the whole entire TMNT franchise. So all these things were happening, and I was like, I think this is the time to really push and get the record out that I've been wanting to do. And then a reflection back to 2020, and we talked about this, I think, in the last interview, which was reflecting back to Lin-Manuel Miranda shouting me out at the 2020 Oscars. And so what has happened since then was like, to me, his wonderful homage to mention Partners in Crime when he was talking about best songs in a motion picture and certain songs that always help you to recall a movie that tie you. It is forever tied to a movie. I loved it. But then I was like, you know what? It's the same to me. I've been like, yeah, I think I want to get my music back out there again. And some things people have not heard about me. People know the one song, but they don't know the potential of all the music that I have in me because it just didn't work out that way. It's like, you know what? I want to do it now. And that helped spur me on to hitting this timeline that we're at right now. So Turtle Power XXL got done. I added wonderful graffiti art. Got two great artists to help me. So Carlos Cruz did the wonderful actual graffiti that you see on the cover art.
They're great.
And
it's amazing artwork. It's so
nice. Fantastic. It's fantastic. And so I've known him for a little while through our interactions with artists, the TMNT related. I appreciate that. And then Ed Kratz of Eek Nation, another wonderful Ninja Turtle artist who also has just been recently doing specialized covers for IDW Comics, known him for a number of years as well. So I shouted out to these talented TMNT related people who, by the way, if this is not providential in that the co-producer, Scott Tofty, I work with, he's the podcast host of TMNT Minute. So I started meeting all these wonderful people that had these Ninja Turtle things in common. But the common thing that I really linked them all to was their talent. So I love and appreciate that people who love and appreciate the Turtles, but I really love and appreciate working at a higher level with people that if I know what your talent is and I know you're good at it, we find a way to work together and then make some magic happen. And that's what started to occur. And the green vinyl, I was like, this is a special edition record, limited edition. I've got to do the green vinyl for it if we do it. As I talked to Scott, and we came up with the ooze green vinyl as the name for it to just play in with the fandom. But the fact that this was so special, I was like, I got to do vinyl. It's not cheap, but you know what? I've realized people that really love the Ninja Turtles and then everything I brought, they like to have something they can collect, something they can hold and touch. And I've got to tell you, since we brought it out and I've come to a few live appearances and I brought a box or so with me, they have sold out.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, yeah, which has been wonderful. But we are about to open up a website for it.
Oh.
I'll talk about now, or people can start to look on bandcamp.com. Okay. Bandcamp, like summer camp, but Bandcamp. And you look up under Partners in Crime, and then you'll be able to go online and start to put in some other pre-orders or orders for it. I actually got some small private pre-orders that happened early for some big TMNT fans already when they put a little bit of the word out, and now we're getting ready for the actual orders to start in that way. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Do we search your name? What do we search for?
Yes. So when you go to bandcamp.com, you put in Partners in Crime, KRYME, one word, Partners in Crime, and we'll come up right away.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Now, and there is a lyric change in. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Thank you. I was like, I got to mention the lyric change, and then I forgot. And then you came right back. That's what's up. Yeah, man. The wonderful Leonardo. So that's my other fun name for this record is the Leonardo limited edition Turtle Power XXL. So as you know, and many of the fans not only remember, but they remind me, Brian, they go, I'll still get it on a post to this day. They're like, yeah, man, I love that record, but it killed me that y'all said that Raphael was the leader. I was like, yeah, I know that wasn't me. Information that came to me through the label, and that's what I had. And I always explain, I did before, but my brief explanation again is the A&R person who got to see the screening of the movie gave me notes on it, and I tell anybody, listen, if you watch the 1990 movie, who of the turtles
Oh, it's Raph's
dominate.
story. It's Raph's story.
It's
No doubt.
Raph's story. So
Yeah.
if you really don't know it from the comic book, anyone watching that is going to be like, this guy's the leader. And that's what happened. So I just wanted fans to know it wasn't me on my own who decided.
I
But
remember when we did our first interview, I did my little introduction, and I said,
yeah,
all right, what made you think Raph was the leader? Was the first thing I said to you.
I still hear it from fans that were like,
And you were like, you're going to go right for it. And I was like, we started off right there. It was great.
I think it was great. That's part of what made the interview so great.
Yeah.
But I told you, and during the music video, I told you, like, there were young kids, the little kids were like, they were mumbling something over the music. I was like, what are they saying? What are they saying? It was like, I was like, what are these kids saying? As we got closer, and they were like, Leonardo's the leader. I was like, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. The record's already been recorded. I can't change it. But here's the wonderful thing. So
Sure.
Turtle Power XXL, now streaming on all platforms. And the limited edition green vinyl that we have now, the corrected lyric is on this version that Leonardo is the leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. That's right.
Love it.
It's been great.
Speaking of Turtle Power, we got to talk about Jackpot. So, for those who don't know, there's a new movie out, John Cena, which has like tons of turtle nerdiness in it. It's great, and there's a whole fight sequence.
Yes,
Turtle Power is amazing.
There is, and there's actually, I found out, another scene before that, earlier in the movie, when John Cena is readying himself as the bodyguard.
Yeah.
Loading up his if it's his taser, whatever guns he has, all his equipment he needs to go fight. He's rapping along with the record. That's his motivational record. So I tell people all the time, like over the 30 years, I meet fans and they'll tell me all the time, they'll be like, yo, dude, you have no idea what your record means to me. I said, but I'll tell you, they're like, if I need to do a workout, exercise, and I don't really feel like doing it, they're like, dude, I throw your record on and I can do whatever routine I need. Or people have told me, hey, I have to clean the house and I don't feel like it. He said, I throw your record on. I can clean the whole house, which is such a wonderful compliment that they're like, no, the song just moves them, motivates them. So yeah, I was completely floored to find out that the new movie Jackpot on Amazon Prime Amazon Prime Video, they feature Turtle Power in there with the character. John Cena's character is this big, huge bodyguard who's a Ninja Turtle fan, and apparently Michelangelo is his favorite turtle, and apparently Turtle Power is his favorite song, is his motivation song. And, who more than me, and I put it in a post, I think there's no greater honor for an OG rapper from the Bronx and Brooklyn to have their song featured in a fight scene in a major motion picture. With a big action hero. So
And how did you find out? Did you know beforehand? Did you get word from the fans? How did you find out?
So I got word from the fans because they shouted that out. Now sometimes the motion pictures or the companies or them will come to you first and say they want to do it or use it or whatever they're going to do. So when I had the wonderful opportunity to do Turtle Power, and I did a remix for the Out of the Shadows video game, Atari, Activision contacted me in regards to that and wanting to use it in the video game, which was great. So I knew about that ahead of time and in the Out of the Shadows, and I actually did an alternate remix. So anybody who gets the Out of the Shadows game, you find an alternate remix there of the song. But for this one, Turtle Power was out and available. I had made it available for licensing, for availability for placement and licensing. But what I found out besides that is that the director, Paul Feig, who did Bridesmaids and Heat and some other great, wonderful things he's done, but notable to know, they said this song was written into the script. And anyone who knows the movie business and no scripts is that you always, as a writer or a director, you may have an idea of a song you might want, and you might even use a temp track for it. But mostly writers, and I do some writing myself of script stuff, mostly you put in up-tempo song here, or song that sounds like maybe,
Sure.
or a ballad goes here, or whatever. But they specifically wrote in that they wanted Turtle Power to go with this character. This was going to be his song. And I was just honored by that. And I thought they had a genius use of it in the fight scene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great. It's fantastic. And Cena, I don't know if you know this. Cena was played Rocksteady in the most recent Turtles movie,
Yes,
and
which
so
I
he's
went to
like getting
see.
really tied into the Turtles franchise here.
Love it. I absolutely love it. Saw the movie as well. Loved what they did with the animation.
It's
I
great,
did
right? Really
remember. Yeah, 100%. I love that also it introduces a whole new generation
Same.
to the Turtles. What doesn't change from generation to generation is the personalities of the Turtles are all related to people you know in your life, or people, or you yourself are one of those personalities. Even like an April O'Neil and all the other characters, wonderful, smart, investigative friends, a silly friend, a really smart technical friend, a big, robust kind of guy who's ruled by his emotions, sports guy, or a guy who helps to be like the leader, manager of your friends. And I think it also that transcends any gender, which is just these are your friends, these are your personalities of your buddies, and you probably know somebody like this, which is great.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about so Partners in Crime is transitioning to PIK1. Tell me what that's about. What's
Yeah. So PIK1 is the band moving towards, it was my decision of moving the band towards using more live musicians, which I've wanted to do for a while, but it just all feels right now. I'm embracing my OG-ness. So as being an OG and going back to the days of when there were more live musicians, it's like what's missing in a lot of my music now today, music today in general, is just embracing that a little more. Obviously, electronic instruments have come into play so much, in MIDI, which I have no problems with that. We still use elements of that, but there's just such a wonderful element you can bring with musicians. So on this new song, Here We Come, it's just begun. You can find a preview of the track on my Instagram page. It's one of the top pinned posts on the track. I was inspired to do it by the Olympics. It was introducing breaking this year, and just the sport of breaking in as an Olympic sport, which I love and remember breakdancing, called breakdancing back then, called breaking now, from back when I was starting out as a rapper. And people don't, if they don't remember or know, I started out as an OG rapper from the Bronx. When rap was beginning in the Bronx, I was a very young teen watching the older teens and young adults do it in the park. It was in the area that I lived in. And I always tell people, I have to remind them, I'm like, you're talking about groups like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the Funky 4 Plus One More, the Treacherous Three. I could go on and on. Kool Herc, who was known to be the godfather of rap itself, that started the very first party he threw for his younger sister, which is marked as the party that they say is the memorial of hip hop, because he brought these amazing break beats as a DJ from Jamaica and coming to live in the Bronx. He had records that just, that was what I grew up with, guys that had these records you don't normally hear with these short, amazing breaks on them that people used to love to dance to and go off to, or break dance, which if people don't know, break dancing is you're dancing to the cool break in the song. That's where it came from. So all of that just came together. I say all that to say, Here We Come is a wonderful homage, throwback to the early days of rap, the pioneers of rap. The song that I'm using in the homage of it, It's Just Begun by Jimmy Cash the Bunch, was one of the premier break dancing or breakers song. It's Just Begun. So I was like, you know what, gotta do something to this track. So when you hear it, you hear my old school flow in there, but it's also a little old, it's a little new. I work with live musicians. I've got some live trumpet. I got a horn section. I've got some trumpets. I've got some saxophones. I have some drummers in there, not just your traditional drummers. I have young teens that play African drums, congas and djembe in there. I've got rock guitar flow in this track. It gives an authentic, like old school, the funk soul sound, and I just bring my flavor to it. So it's been getting wonderful reviews from people who've heard it already and who are excited to hear me do some more music. That's not necessarily turtle related, but you know,
No,
it's all good. It's all
When do you expect that to hit the full thing?
So I'm hoping sometime in October, hopefully before the end of October, I'll release that track. Yeah.
And
So
there's
it's
a new
been
album on the way, right?
working on brand new music for an album. Yes. So that's taking some more work, but it feels great. Again, working with my co-producer, Mr. Scott. Just really putting this whole thing together feels good for me. It's a little bit therapeutic, I think, because I'm also reaching back from years back of just my flow and a lot of the things that I know I embrace that fans never got to see, which is wonderful. And I think as I start to roll it out, I think and hope that people will appreciate it in the way that I feel it'll be appreciated.
How does it feel to be doing it now?
Oh man, I love it. I love it. The Here We Come song, what's interesting is, so also, I neglected to mention this. I also brought for the Here We Come song a wonderful young guitarist, rock guitarist. His name is Samir Obasi, who I've seen and grow up, a friend of my sons growing up, who always played with a young band as well. And I was like, gotta find something for him to tie into, and I want to work with him on a project. I got to find a project to work with him on. So this was one of them. He'll also be playing in another song, which is soon to come out, and you'll bring me back to this. Circle back to this for me, Brian. I have a brand new, never released and unheard Ninja Turtles song. It could be the last for a while, unless someone big comes to grab me, but for some other stuff. But yeah, I've got one already locked and loaded in the chamber.
All right, let me know when it's up. It's an open invite here. You can come on
100%. So he's an 18-year. I love it. Thank you. So he's an 18-year-old rock guitarist. So he's still learning his craft. He's still getting in there, but he works with the musicians that I already have and my co-producer Scott helping to work with him. So here's what was so fun about what you're talking about. Why does it feel good right now? So I have these teens that were working, teen musicians working with me on the music. And then I have the horn guys, and let's say they're between their 30s and their 40s, and other guys that are just, doing their thing. And the fun thing was when I played them the track, they're like, yo, this, so the teenagers, 17, 18, they're like, this track is fire. Like, what's going on? What's going on here, sir? Like, what is, I said, they're like, we're honored to even want to play on this track. I said, I love it. So I had teens telling me that. The horn section, but the horns, obviously these guys are trained musicians. They're like, dude, this is fire, right? This is flames. Like we are so on this track. So I'm like, wait, this something feels good or special right here. Because, I don't always get a project where I have teens and then adults that all feel the same way about the track, which is awesome.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Any upcoming cons that you wanted to mention that you're going to that fans can catch you at?
I'm going to say this. I want fans to be on the lookout for what we may do in 2025. I do think that unless something special pops up in 2024 before the year is out, a lot of the focus is going to be on me trying to finish the music I'm doing for the album stuff, which I hope I can release somewhere towards the beginning of the new year, probably at the rate that we're going. But be on the lookout. Instagram is my most updated social media platform. I also try to make sure I post to Partners in Crime Facebook, and then the X, formerly Twitter, I will shout to them as well. But look for appearances and or cons or music performances in 2025.
Awesome. One more time, tell us how to find Turtle Power XXL green vinyl on Bandcamp.
Yes. So if you want to order, again, Turtle Power XXL is streaming on all major platforms right now. So you're talking about Spotify, we're talking about Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Google. All the major platforms already have Turtle Power XXL, so you can get that, which is great. On bandcamp.com, I want you to put in on the search Partners in Kryme, one word, and you spell Kryme, Kryme, and the band page will come up there, and you can start to put your orders in for the vinyl. And again, it's limited edition, but we're working to get a good number, a decent number at first, but don't wait too long that you don't get it. Yeah. It has the corrected Leonardo lyric. It has the green vinyl, which is so cool. It has the graffiti art. I mean, when we were showing this thing at the cons and people were taking it out, and if you look on my Instagram page, you'll see some of them. It just looks and feels so good. And people we're very happy to have it. It feels special like it is, which is wonderful. So look for us there. Again, Instagram, Partners in Kryme is Partners in Kryme now, PIK1. But just should still put in Partners in Kryme, it'll pop up, KRYME. Twitter, Facebook, you can find us there. And there's some press release information on my Instagram posts, so that you can reach me as well by email, and you'll look in there and you'll find me. But Partners in Kryme, KRYME @gmail.com. You can send an email direct that me or my team will see if you want us for bookings or interviews or any fun stuff like that.
You know, I usually end these by asking who people's favorite turtle is, but we did that last time. So I would ask you, what is your favorite pizza topping?
Oh, my favorite pizza topping. I like a barbecue chicken.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the barbecue sauce, right? With the sauce.
Yeah, with the barbecue sauce. The sauce. But then there's the healthy side of me likes to add, so even on that same pie or half the pie, the broccoli or something green.
You're ruining it with that. You got to put onions on it, but not the broccoli.
I got to go with some green now. Listen, but do what your taste is for you. I've had to implement some fiber and green plants into my life, which is great. And for me, health-wise, it's been helping to keep me going. So, I'm still looking good, they tell me, Brian. So
I'll allow it. Sure. Yeah, you are.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Richard,
that.
thank you so much for being here. This is a pleasure as always. Check it out on Bandcamp, Instagram. Really, it's a joy to have you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for everything. All right, be well.
You too. Take care.
Turtle Power.
They're the heroes for. In this day and age, you could ask for more. The crime wave is high, the markings mysterious. All police and detectives are curious, cause they can't find the source of this lethally evil force. This is serious, so give me a quarter. I was a witness, give me a reporter. Call April O'Neil in on this case. You better hurry up, there's no time to waste. We need help like quick on the double. A video on the city, man, it's in trouble. We need heroes like the Lone Ranger. When Tonto came pronto, when it was danger. They didn't say they'd be there in half an hour, cause they displayed true. When I say turtle, you say power. When I say turtle, you say power. When I say turtle, you say power. Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. When I say turtle, you say power. When I say turtle, you say power. When I say turtle, you say power. Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. Now RH reporter was hot on the trail, determined to put these crooks in jail. She's by the bad guys and saw what happened, but before she knew it, she fell in a trap and got caught. Yeah, she was all alone, with no friends and no phone. Now this was beyond her worst dreams, cause she was cornered by some wayward teens. Headed by Shredder, they were anything but good. Misguided, unloved, they called them the foot. They could terrorize and be angry, you said. Them other people who needed proof. Then from out of the dark came an awesome sound. Shouted California as they hit the ground. From the field of weeds, the heroes rescue the flower, cause they possess true. strength to do what's right. That's turtle power. Heroes on a half shell. Heroes on a half shell. Heroes on a half shell. They're on a mission. When there's a battle, got the enemy wishing that they stayed at home. Instead of fighting these ninja masters with moves like lightning, they were once normal. But now the mutants, Splinter's the teacher, so they are the students. Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Leonardo. He's the leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. Pizza's the food that's sure to please. These ninjas are instant pepperoni and cheese. Back to the story, it's not hard to find. Ninjas not just in the body, but of the mind. Those are the words that the master instructed. But a letter from Shredder had Splinter abducted. That was the last straw, spring into action. Step on the foot, now they're gonna lose traction. Now this is for real, so you fight for justice. Your shell is hard, so you shout, they can't dust us off. Like some old coffee table. Since you were born, you were willing and able to defeat the snake. Protect the weak, fight for rights and your freedom to speak. Now the villain is chilling, so you make a stand. Back to the wall, put your sword in your hand. Remember the words of your teacher, your master. Evil moves fast, but good moves faster than light. Shining for your illumination. Good versus evil equals confrontation. So when you're in trouble, don't give in and go sour. Try to rely on your